Hey guys, I hope you've enjoyed the other 4 videos so far. This is video number 5. The next clip I'm going to show you, there's a reporter, I believe he's from America. He covered this story, this miracle, and also he does make a mention about what I just said as well.
Flames consumed half of the village, while the entire convent was destroyed. The only item to be recovered from the ashes was the silver icon of the Virgin Mary, which was left miraculously intact. The villagers saw this as a symbol of God's will and decided to build a church honoring the Virgin Mary. The church was built around the silver icon in the year 1710 on the same location where the convent once stood.
One thing I forgot to mention is that these snakes that the pirates saw, and this is where the miracle is, where I'm introducing you slowly into it, the snakes had the sign of the cross. The same snakes that the nuns prayed for protection, and they appeared, okay? God works in mysterious ways, okay? Those snakes had the sign of the cross. They've got 4 white dots on their head forming the sign of the cross, and on their tongue, they've got the same sign of the cross as well. They come out from where the bells, where I said the nuns went and prayed. They come out of there. The locals anticipate every year to find them. They miraculously appear on the 6th of August. That is the day of what we call the Transfiguration. Holy snakes, okay, they actually allow people to touch them. They go onto the icon of Virgin Mary. And guess what? On the 15th of August, which is the day we celebrate, the day where Virgin Mary pretty much died and passed to the next life. On the 15th of August, after the service, the snakes, after the service, they leave. They leave and disappear again. Okay? Now listen to what the locals have to say.
We have come here to pray at the Church of the Virgin Mary and receive her grace. We also wanted to see the snakes, which are famous around the world. I know that they come out on the 6th of August, the day of the Transfiguration, and then disappear after the day of the Virgin on the 15th. They're harmless, we can handle them, and they don't attack anyone. For many of us, their appearance is a miracle.
After the big earthquake, the old church was destroyed and only the steeple remained. That steeple is where the snakes come from every year on the 6th of August. Sometimes 10 snakes, sometimes fewer.
They're not big, probably 2 feet long, and you can see on their foreheads and on their tongues the sign of the cross. It's a story that's been passed along for generations. It's a big story. That's why you get Christian faithful from all over Greece who come to visit the site and see the snakes. I believe it's a miracle, and I'm very happy that I live here and witness this event every year. Yes, it is a miracle. It's a natural phenomenon connected with religion. Because on a regular date, every year, and always at the same location around the steeple of the old church, we have the appearance of a certain kind of snake. These snakes don't appall humans, as is the usual case, but instead they attract them. And the snakes are so friendly that people want to touch them, pet them, and see them with their own eyes. The main characteristic feature of these snakes are 4 white spots that form the sign of the cross on their foreheads. Is a miracle. We've looked around every year before the 6th of August and can't find any snakes. We look around after the 15th, and again, you can't find them. If you go around the whole island, you won't be able to locate the same type of snake. You can find snakes that are 10 feet long, but this particular snake, you won't find it. And it's easy to distinguish because it has the sign of the cross on its forehead and its tongue.
The priest, when he was young as a kid, he used to go and grab the snakes. And when he would grab a snake, he would purposely run one way, let's say north, okay, away from the church. And the snake was frantically trying to get out of its hands, and it was turning back its head, looking back towards the church. And when he let it go, it would go back to the church. Then he would grab the snake and go south, okay? And again, the little snake, would turn its head, look towards the church, and try and get out of its hands. And when he'd let it down, it would go back towards the church again. And absolutely, there is a gentleman that's talking, a scientist, and he's actually an expert on snakes. So let's hear what he has to say.
Most snakes either aggregate as adults, primarily for breeding purposes, or they may aggregate in the fall for hibernation purposes, particularly in northern latitudes. This is a highly unusual situation in that we have juvenile snakes that are aggregating at a certain time of the year when most snakes do not aggregate. So I find that highly unusual in that particular respect. In addition, most snakes try to avoid contact with humans, and after viewing the footage, it appears even more unusual in that the snakes are inside of a building, inside of this church, and that they only appear at certain times of the year. While we're aware that sometimes snakes will migrate through certain areas at certain times of the year, it appears very strange that these snakes are coming inside of the church, a place where there's lots of vibrations and a lot of noise and light and so on and so forth. So to see this kind of an aggregation with juveniles at this time of the year, I would have to say is almost unique.
God bless you. God bless your families. And I'll be making my next video shortly. Thank you once again. Take care.